Kartik Krishna are here for Beyond the Boundary. Mentioned yesterday on the website our issues with copyright with Star, a Disney-owned property in India. However, I've been notified that copyright does not apply to player interviews and press conferences. So we're going to first hear from Mitchell Owen of Washington. We're going to hear from some winners of last night's matches. Mitchell Owen from Washington. And then after that, we're going to hear from Kenjige, who I believe should have played a bigger role in the U.S. World Cup campaign earlier this year. He did get the bowl at the end of the campaign, but I think he could have been helpful in the first two fixtures. We're going to hear from Kenjige of MI New York, who won last night as well.
Mitchell and everyone from Washington Freedom, he'll be taking your questions about today's game.
I don't know this is the question, just wow. I'll be honest, we were hoping that last ball would bounce so we could go do a super over and get a little more, because I wasn't done with this. It was crazy. You're a little behind it, 185 for 4 when they let out. And how are you guys feeling when you're making the change, and what are you talking about going, what do you want to do? We've heard about patience, we've heard about aggressive, we've heard all that. What were you guys talking about trying to, say, hey, we got to crawl our way back into a pretty big number at night?
I think that score on that wicket was probably a touch above par. I think it's a pretty tricky wicket, to be honest, after the ball got old and 5 fielders went out. So I feel like we probably weren't at our best at the death, or through the middle overs, to be honest. We probably could have restricted them a little bit better. But, cricket's a funny game, isn't it? The feelings in that dugout were up and down and all over the place. So nice to finish on a high. I think we, as a batting group, we got confidence we can chase whatever on whatever wicket at whatever ground. So it was nice to get the job done.
Because tonight, if you compare the benchmark 6, 10, 15, you were ahead of TSK at every mark, but then those last five wickets were just kind of torrential. The last 10 runs, 4 wickets, including the first hat trick in the league ever. And I mean, you kind of look at each other in the dugout going, oh. I mean, it felt just like, oh my gosh. What are you guys feeling at that point?
Like I said, a range of emotions. When I walked off, I thought it's a tricky wicket to start on, and I felt a little bit responsible for getting out and putting our lower order in that position. I sort of was a bit angry. I wanted to get the job done or closer to done than what I did, because I knew it was tough. They were bowling really well, and the ball was old and chewed up, and the wicket was a funny one, playing up a touch. So I knew it was going to be hard, and like we saw, it was hard to start with Akil getting a hat trick. It's funny what pressure does, and Nikhil ate it for breakfast by the looks of it.
I'm all from Sixes and States. Congrats on the win. At some point in the last over, Polymarket had y'all at 15% chance of winning. Just at a high level, how do cricket players as yourself kind of filter out the noise and the emotion and just stay objective on winning the goal?
I think it's probably different for everyone, but I'll speak for myself in the fact that I just try and keep it very internal, control what I can control, and sort of try and forget about the outcome and trust that my process and what I go through will get it done. So I'm not sure about other guys. Nikhil might have a different answer for you. He probably just will tell you that he'll win every situation. He's a confident young fella. That's personally how I go about it.
Makes sense. As an extension off of that, you've been doing incredible this season. Today, 77 off of 35, a lot of other historic runs as well. What kind of changed this off season, or most recently, what has allowed you to propel and keep killing it at batting?
I feel like I've been close for a long time batting. Close to being at my best. And I think a couple of months in India for the IPL and not getting an opportunity and getting a lot of training done held me in good stead going into this tournament. And not playing cricket for 8 or 9 weeks, maybe miss it and really want to get back out there and do well. And I think it's just a bit of everything that's leading to me starting this comp well.
So Thursday night, sorry to bring that up, but Thursday night was not your day. I mean, sometimes you're the bowling pin, sometimes you're the ball, and Thursday night you guys are the pins. How do you kind of sit around, talk it out, come back together, and put this kind of effort in? Because this was a team, everybody doing their part sort of effort. So how did you guys regroup from that and get back to business tonight?
I think firstly we've got so much experience and quality in our change room that we have full faith and trust that we'll turn it around after a loss like that. And with that experience also comes knowing that that's T20 cricket sometimes. Sometimes you're going to have those nights, and other times you have nights like tonight where you flip a coin and you come out on top. But yeah, I think Ricky, our coach, we've had 2 losses and he's asked for a response quickly, and I think credit to us and the players that we've given him that, and hopefully he doesn't have to ask for too many more responses. Hopefully we can keep winning, but nice to get on top.
Because you got that 6 in the 19th over, and that got you within that striking range. But then 3 balls later, your guy's gone, and now you're having to regroup, and again. I mean, is that how everybody on the team? Because you go down to the 11th batter, and that's the guy who gets you out of there. I mean, is that how everybody on the team looks in the changing room and says, maybe tonight's your night, but if it's your time, you got to get it?
I think it's pressure's a funny thing sometimes, and there was a lot of pressure put on the tail order towards the end there, which is the top order's responsibility. We've got to put it on our shoulders to try and get the job done, but in our team and in our franchise, we back every player, all the 11, all the whole squad. When a job's there to be done, we back everyone to get it done. Tonight it was Lockie just clipping one off his pad to get a single to let Nikhil hit that finishing 6, and that's it. And no discredit to the guys that tried. They get a ball out of the middle, it goes for 6, and we're probably not getting asked that question. So it's just one of those things.
As the team looks to make a deep run in the playoffs, what do you think the team needs to double down on and also need to change?
Like I said, we've got so much experience and quality in our change room that everyone knows within themselves what the best version of them are when they go out there, and I think everyone's going to get an opportunity to show that, and like I said, the quality we have, everyone is going to show that, so everyone has to just keep doubling down on what makes them good, and like we've seen everyone in our change room do some good stuff, so I wouldn't change too much, just keep backing it.
Last question.
So tomorrow night you go at it again, this time against the host of the competition. How do you regroup for that short turnaround and just say, hey, look, whatever we have to do tomorrow, that's what we're going to do? How do you kind of get yourself back up for that? Because I know that you're high right now, but how do you maintain that all the way through tomorrow night, which is going to be required because it's going to be semi-hostile environment for American cricket anyway.
Hostile.
Semi.
We'll see how we go.
Yes,
I mean, everyone's professionals in our change room. Everyone knows what they need to do to recover and rest and get ready to go again tomorrow. That's all I really got for you. We knew at the start of the tournament we got back-to-back games, so we'll debrief in the change rooms after this and then move on to looking at San Fran and trying to get one over them in their home city in the hostile environment.
Semi.
Yeah.
It's
Thanks a lot.
All good.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
a good conversation.
Yeah.
We have Nosh Kenjige from MI New York. I'm opening the floor for questions.
So let's talk a little bit about this today. It was a real fast track. Ball was carrying, and looking kind of around, that 144 didn't look like a really big number the way the field was playing. And, we were mentioning that it was going to take some heroic bowling and fielding, and then you guys came out and did it. I mean, some stats here that we can reflect on. Shepard, it set an MLC record, 5 runs and 4 overs.
Oh, wow.
102 for 9. I'm sorry, 102 for 10 all out at 17.4. And the defense and the bowling today really outshined everything else. How did you guys turn it around with the way the field was playing today when you flipped over?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's been a little puzzling in the sense that there are a few games which have gone to 200 and 220 pluses, and then we played a match yesterday, we didn't score enough. Today we defended 140. So I think from what we can sense, I think it just gets better and better to bat on as the day progresses. So the plan was to get to around 160 today. I think Mickey showed the way that you should bat. I mean, he just stayed there till the end and backed himself to hit those 2-3 big ones in the end, and that we didn't get to where we wanted to, but again, that's an heroic effort as well. So I think once we got in, we figured out that it was a little too paced. So I think it was crucial for us to just hit our lengths and just make sure that we keep it as simple as possible. And once the run rate started mounting up, I think they started making the mistakes. It wasn't an easy wicket to score boundaries of the good balls. So I think we just kept it simple.
Amal from Sixes and States here. Seemed like you were very strategic in your fielding, like when you were bowling where you wanted your fielders to be, that led to almost 1 out, but also led to a catch a few balls later. What's your thought process behind that? Are you bowling in a specific way so that the batter's going to hit it in a specific area and you have a fielder there?
Yeah, I think the credit of all this goes to our bowling coach, Mitch, and the head coach as well. I think there's a lot of things that go on before we get on the field. And this is one of the teams where I've found that their preparation is top notch. Like, there's nothing that's left unturned. Every time we go onto the field, you know who you're bowling to, what your plans are. It's a different thing if you don't execute, but I think at least it gives us the maximum chance for us to be successful. So I think the brains behind this is Mitch, our analyst Varun, Troy, and the head coach as well, where they give you different scenarios of when the batters are batting, what we can be bowling and what fields we can set for each batter, and they know what kind of shots each guy plays. So for us as a bowler, it becomes easier, and if you can just go execute, it just helps.
So there are, this is, kind of short tournament in the U.S. and, for a lot of the guys, kind of a part-time job, during the off season. But we're not really seeing that out of the play. We're seeing guys going full out, really just playing their hearts out. Maybe they're wanting to show it to a new audience. Talk about what cricket in the U.S. means and how you guys take it upon yourself to show a new audience,
Mm-hmm.
This is a game that you want to see.
Yeah, sure. I think Major League has opened a lot of doors for us domestic players. I mean, if you look at it, before the Major League started 4 years ago, yes, we were playing for the US national team, but there was no real pathway. And even if we played for the US national team, it didn't take up a lot of time on the calendar. And here's a product which is exposing us to world-class players, world-class management teams, coaches. So even if you invest in yourself and get into one of these teams, you'll be taken care of in the sense that you can just learn just by being there. And I think one of the things that you can do here in Major League is compete against the best of the world. And once you do that, you can take that confidence back going into your minor leagues and the lower leagues that you play in the US. So yes, there's a lot of people who are not full-time cricketers in the sense that they have other jobs as well, but at least there's a pathway that yes, if you can work hard around the year, if you can just keep improving, there is a path to playing all the other leagues. Like it opens up other leagues in different parts of the world as well.
A few years ago, you were basically picked up by Team USA by a camp up in the Bronx. Going into that, what was the mindset, and did you ever expect to be able to perform at this level?
Yeah, it's been a very fulfilling journey. I think it's just been a place where it's hard to just keep still at one point. Every time you go out in the field, you need to keep improving because there's so many players coming up and there's a healthy competition between everybody. And even the Major League, you rub shoulders with all the top players from different countries, so you learn as much as you can. Yeah, it's been a big learning. I don't think anybody is a finished unit any day. Like if you're playing, you want to keep improving. So yeah, just grateful and blessed that this has come along and it's giving me opportunities to learn and shine.
Last question.
And so, when you're at that changeover and you know what you have to defend, coaches come on the field. You know, you guys are warming up. What is said then at that point about, you know, between the guys looking at each other, saying, okay, this may be not the you know what we wanted to defend, but this is what we got. When you're looking at each other and holding each other accountable, what are you saying to each other to say, this, we're going to defend this and we're going to get through?
Yeah, I think it's a very important thing for the team to have a good chemistry and good vibes around. That helps a lot. So if you see the captain, like for us, when we saw him, he's batted close to 20 overs and he's just made 60 odd. Like in the usual T20, he'll be batting on 120 or 130. And if he's just made 60 odd, then you know it's not the easiest wicket to bat on. And I think the energy levels were up there, because knowing what we are capable of, we have got world-class bowlers in our side as well. So for us, it was about controlling the controllables, just going there and seeing what we can do in those 20 overs.
And quick follow-up on this, does a game like this, where you defended like this and got them out, does this put a statement to everybody else in the league?
I would definitely like to think so, and I think it helps in the sense that it's still early on in the tournament and it was quite needed at this point. We were down 2-1, and this will help us just swing that momentum around, and hopefully we get few other things right as well and we get the ball rolling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks guys. Thank you.
Yeah.